Well, hello. My name is Susan Jeanette. I'm a meteorologist, weather forecaster, and I own my own business, Susan Jeanette's Real Weather, based in Newport, Rhode Island. I'm here to talk to you about the weather a little bit for kayaking, outdoor adventure. There's very little that we do as humans that is not influenced by the weather, which provides some unique assignments, such as shipwreck salvage operations and movie productions, transoceanic yacht deliveries, global balloon expeditions, expedition planning, and yacht races, and so on. One of the first things that you should do when planning for a kayak excursion is to obtain weather information. One resource to obtain weather forecasts is NOAA Weather Radio, which are very inexpensive radios that you could purchase in a communication store. And they consistently provide weather for 24 hours, provided by local government bases.
Building to 5 to 10 feet after midnight.
And we're lucky enough to get the marine forecast here.
Visibility around 2 nautical miles. For Monday, northeast wind 30 to 40 knots, becoming northwest in the evening.
You'll want to glean all the information that you can obtain from these forecast transmissions. There's lots of information, and you should listen acutely to get all of the weather parameters, the wind, the visibility, the precipitation, any significant frontal passages or storms that may be approaching. Taking all this weather information into account and tracking it through a few days in advance. One of the key tools that may become useful for you is to write down the forecast variables that are broadcast on the radio. Here we have an example of a forecast chart that has been filled out for the area of Stonington, Maine to Merrimack River, Massachusetts on December 4th at 5:55 p.m. broadcast. Here we have an outlook from Thursday through Sunday, and we can see the part of the day in the earlier progression of the forecast provides for parts of the day, night and AM, for the first 2 days. And we can see for the first 2 days we have a fairly pleasant weather outlook for northwest to northeast winds at 10 to 20 miles per hour and 1 to 3 feet in wave height. However, we're looking out towards the weekend. Saturday and Sunday are showing a much different picture. Saturday we have increasing northeast winds from 20 to 30 miles per hour and an increasing sea state as well, averaging to 5 to 7 feet. Also, we have the inclusion of precipitation that is forecast. So we have, by writing this down on Thursday, the outlook that Saturday and Sunday may provide for inclement weather conditions for kayaking.
It can be dangerous out there on the water. In a real short time, it can go from flat calm to very rough.
What's the fastest you've ever seen that happen?
Within a half an hour. I've been a few miles offshore and we had a squall come in at 50 knots. You know, come in from the west, hail and rainstorm, and within a half an hour it was on top of us, and all of a sudden we had 6-foot squalls and it was getting pretty rough. The hailstones were probably 1/4 of an inch around, where I was grateful I was underneath the rooftop, and I felt bad for anyone who was stuck out in the open.
What month of the year was that?
That was in August.
Now that you're in the kayak and enjoying a beautiful morning or early afternoon, there is the potential that you will be surprised. And one of the most significant surprises can be a developing thunderstorm. Thunderstorms and rain showers can provide just extreme weather, and it's something that you should be panning your eyes above the horizon to look for any changing cloud developments that may arise. One of the most significant killers from thunderstorms is lightning. Lightning can strike beyond 10 miles from a storm center, and 10 miles is outside the audible range of thunder. So if you are hearing thunder, you are likely within striking distance of a thunderstorm. And it's something that you will want to immediately assess your surroundings and look for a safeguard. You may hear thunder first before you see clouds, especially if it's a hazy day or if you're obscured in a river canyon. So take note of any sounds, any changing wind directions, and any cloud formations for something that is out of the ordinary from what you're expecting from your morning forecast. From a kayak's perspective, some keys to look for as a thunderstorm advances will be the defined line of a cloud band that's going to be advancing in advance of its main rain shaft. Here we have contrasting cloud colors from gray to dark gray, and right in here we have the rain draft itself. Lighter rains and heavier precipitation, very inconsistent rain intensity within a thunderstorm. And also the wind field. Here on this side we have very strong winds blowing these flags and lighter winds over here. So you want to be very in tune to how the winds are changing, because they can gust very strong, even up to 50 knots or higher. The addition to the combination of precipitation and the wind field will have a significant impact on the sea state for you as well. Advection fog, which is developed by a warm air current flowing over a body of water. This creates a bank of clouds. Think of a flank of clouds and fog that will develop within this warm air current. If you're assessing the weather parameters that you're encompassed by and you notice a fog bank or this cloud line develop, take notice of the changing winds around you and watch the cloud bank and the fog bank as well, because it's making shifts towards you. It will likely continue to advance. If it rolls in quickly, it will often provide for visibility to drop down near zero and make it very difficult for you to navigate. And advection fog is something that can happen in the height of the day. It also can happen in the evenings or dusk periods. Within this short period of time that I've introduced you to some key weather factors to be mindful of, it's good to know that you do have the resource from other literature that is easy to understand. Peterson's guides are very useful to expand your knowledge beyond the items that we've given to you today, and is very useful for you to build your knowledge of weather and to make your experiences much more pleasant and enjoyable.